coming to Buddhism, few things you have to take care. Few things you have to, few things you have to take care. Few things you have to take care. What are the few things? There are many striking similarities between these two guys. Who are the guys? There is Vardhamana Mahavira and this Gautam Buddha. Coming to the similarities, you go for that. The similarities, if I say, yes, what are the similarities? We know that Buddhism, Jainism, both are heterodox sect. Am I right? Now the fact is, I mean, they are unorthodox. They are liberal sects. Now the thing is, both these, Vardhamana Mahavira, Gautam Buddha, they belong to Kshatriya family. They belong to Kshatriya family. And initially, they led the life of a householder. They led the life of a householder. Okay. Then see, they belong to royal family. They belong to royal family. Again, the fact is, both were unhappy with this materialistic life. Both were unhappy with the materialistic life. Okay. And both wanted to explore the so-called, what is that? What they wanted to explore? Yes, what is that? Eternal happiness. That eternal happiness, eternal peace, eternal love, etc. they wanted to explore. Okay. And the thing is, both rejected the authority of Vedas. Both rejected the authority of the Vedas. Both rejected the supremacy of this Vedic literature. Vedic literature. Both rejected this Brahmin priesthood dominance. Both rejected the Brahmin priesthood dominance. Okay. And both were looking for a religion which is free from what? Caste restrictions and superstitious practices or these complex expensive rituals, etc. Both advocated the idea of non-violence. Both promoted the idea of humanity. That way, there are many striking similarities between this Vardhamana Mahavira and Gautam Buddha. Now, coming to this Gautam Buddha, he was initially called Siddhartha Gautam Buddha, born in Lumbini near Nepal, near to Kapilavastu. Okay, and it was in 563 BC. And his father was Sudhodana, mother was Maya. They were actually belonging to ruling classes, you know. Then his stepmother was Prachapati Gautami, wife was Yashodhara, son was Rahula. Then one day, once you know, he went out of the palace, he found the sight of an old man. There is an old man, there is a sick man, there is a dead body, there is an ascetic. Seeing the sight of an old man, sick man, dead body, ascetic. Now the life is meaningless. Yeah, you see, there is old man. You are so beautiful, you are so handsome. How long it will continue? Maybe up to 25, 30, 35. You are handsome, you are young, you are energetic, you are youth, and you have many boyfriends, girlfriends, many fans, many things. Maybe it is up to a particular age. Then you will have the wrinkles on the face and the neck, and you will have that like gray hair. You will have that vision issue or hearing issue, tooth issue. You will have different issues. The thing is like becoming an old. You see, that is something which nobody can prevent. Eh? Even though we have different injections today. What is the injection called? The Botox. What is that? To make you so strong, or maybe something, you see. Okay, so today we have some injections. Today we have some kind of different surgeries and all those things. Okay, but the thing is like physically, mentally, one become old after 50s or 60s. Am I right? Nobody can stop that. Then being sick, yes, Even though one is so healthy, after sometimes what happens, yes, there are some kind of the sicknesses with the body, you know. Then there is a dead man. He saw the sight of a dead body, so nobody can stop. That is also a reality that once the people will die, or once in the end of the life they will die. There is a reality. Then there are people going for asceticism, or they are practicing this ascetic life, sannyasi life. So what is the meaning of? So he was so confused here. I'm enjoying all the luxuries. I am the king. I am the son of the king, and I have a beautiful wife. Together we have children. All those things are okay. I have these maids, or I have all the luxuries, everything. But the thing is, see, what if I become old? What if I become sick? What if I dead? What if I? So what is the meaning of life? He's confused with that. Okay. Then he realized that these materialistic possessions, you have a beautiful wife, you have a son, you have parents, you have maids, you have pineapple fruit, or this jackfruit juice, anything you have, but it is not giving you eternal happiness. The happiness that lasts for a few minutes only. So what is the exact meaning of the life? What is the exact meaning of the life? So realization of the meaninglessness of this physical pleasure, materialistic life, at the age of 29, he did that great renunciation, great sacrifice, left everything, wife, child, and parents, and the luxury palace, everything he left. He went in search of eternal happiness of life. What is the meaning of life? What is the eternal peace of life? What is the eternal happiness of life? Okay, he went in search of that. Then you see, 6 years he led the life of an ascetic, monk, in search of the solution for miseries, practiced to rigid austerities. On his way, he met some sannyasis. They said, "You practice austere life, these penance, tapas, and all, you will achieve salvation." But he practiced 6 years, no solution. Then see, at the age of 35, people tree under people tree, Bodh Gaya. Yes, he did that meditation, and he achieved that what is called enlightenment. Okay, so that nirvana, or that supreme knowledge, enlightenment achieved at the age of this 35. Then this he delivered his first speech, that is at Deer Park, Sarnath, which is called the Dharma Chakra Pravartana. Okay, now this is the transition of Buddha. This is the transformation of Siddhartha to Gautam Buddha. Now he become the enlightened one, and also his practice was not a ഭയങ്കരമായിട്ടുള്ള ഭയങ്കര austere life അല്ല പുള്ളി പ്രാക്ടീസ് ചെയ്തത്. He just gone for that, what is called yes, that middle path. Just took a bath in the river and just meditated under the people tree. Then he go to that enlightenment. Okay, and now what all his ideas, you see, the ideas are like this: world is full of sorrows. Vandamana Mahavira, Buddha both have the same idea. World is full of sorrows. No, world is full of. So it's a reality everywhere you go. It's if you go to Paris, if you go to like California, or if you go to this like a Plymouth, or if you go to anywhere, the world is full of sorrows. And what is the reason for the sorrow? Desire. You have desire, am I right? You have a desire, and because of the desire, you have full of sorrows. I have a friend. It is in the childhood days, and he was so black skinned. People very fondly used to call him, he was the grandfather of this forest, what, beer. Forest beer? Beer, you understood? Ah. So the thing is, like, people used to say that he is actually, I mean, fondly, people, school days, you used to tease your friends, na? So he's with a full hair, and he's a beer. This is the way people used to tease him. All of a sudden, he got into a love affair. Okay. And his biggest complex was like this: it is a one-way love affair only. Okay. He was in so deep love with another girl. In fact, that girl or any member of that batch never knows that this guy is in affair with, or maybe he has that love for the girl. Girl never minds. So he has so many inferiority complexes. He was thinking that she never minds. He used to stand in front of the classroom in the early morning before the class starts. Okay, he waits half an hour, 1 hour, 2 hour till she comes. Even whenever he gets time, he will be in the front of that particular classroom. But never minds. This girl never minds. Okay, now he was so irritated, and he had that much inferiority complex that he bought these big bottles of Fair and Lovely, Fair and Handsome. Okay, and what he used to do is like it's just like you put the plaster on the wall. He apply this Fair and Lovely putty on his face. Multi layers of multiple layers superimposition, Bimbedanga painting. So multiple layer of this Fair and Lovely, Fair and until the tube is empty. Because he's complex vessel. So you can see that he's having dual tone, dual color. The neck and face is fully putty color, and the rest of them is organic color. So people used to tease him for that also. His thought was like this: I'm not fair. That's why she's not smiling at me. That was his thought. But unfortunately, she never smiled at him. She never minded him, and he was so broken like anything. But after some times, he realized that there is no use going after her, no use. Okay, she stopped the program. Early morning coming and standing in front of the classroom. That he stopped. So the thing is like after that you see that uh, people are into different programs and things are changing. Now the thing is like this is also a biggest reality. What is the reality? What is the reality? For almost 4 5 months he had a full of sorrows. Every day you can see his face. It's so down. He is so gloomy. And that why he was gloomy? Because of that desire, that strong desire that he wanted to impress the girl. Am I right? Am I right? All the 4 months or 5 months, it was the situation was why he is coming there. It's only for impressing her, but it is not happening, and he is full of that resource. So what I said is like today, the life. This is a practical religion. The philosophies are so practical. Yeah, world is full of sorrows, and the reason for the sorrow is desire. It's like actually this is happening. We are so selfish. Am I right? No, we are so selfish, we are so greedy, and we are so. See, why you are here? The question is simple: because I want to make some luxuries in my life, because I want to want this, because I want to want this, or I want to do that, I want to become this. The thing is, desires. There are desires. Desires are leading to sorrows. Then says, if you want to end the sorrows, yes, you must control your desire, for which you have to follow the middle path. And that middle path is called the Ashtanga Marga, according to Buddhism. So the central teachings of Buddhism very crucial. World is full of sufferings. World is full of sorrows. Reason for the sufferings or sorrows is desire, and how to endure sufferings, that is to regulate, that is to control, that is to overcome your desire, for which you follow the middle path. Yeah, for which you follow what? Yes, for which you follow this Ashtanga Marga. Okay. Now coming to his Ashtanga Marga, eightfold path, things are very easy. You see, right view, right intention, right speech, right action, right livelihood, right effort, right mindfulness, right concentration. Okay, things are very easy. You see, right view, you must have a right view, right realization. What is the meaning of this life? What is the meaning of the life? We are here for a temporary, span of time. Am I right? So realization, avoidance of luxury, avoidance of luxury, then say truthfulness. See, right view. You must have right view regarding this life. You must have the right view regarding this life. Why you are here? You are here not 24/7 belly dance, but you are here for leading a righteous life. So you must have right view regarding the meaning of the life, purpose of the life, right intention. Avoid the luxuries, avoid the extremities. You follow the middle path. Right speech. Your speech must reflect the truthfulness. There are many people who also make the speech, but full of, you know, falsehood only. There are people they make speeches. Am I right? You could see that the politicians are there. You could see some celebrities are there. You could see some national heroes are there, or maybe some so-called people are there. Instead of giving these truthful speeches, they are giving full of lies. Am I right? They are misleading the generations. They are misleading these like what is called the younger segment of society. So your speech must have truthfulness, and it must also boost the mutual friendship. Hatred speech in the context today, hatred speech is the biggest issue. Yeah. You see, different religious people, they make the hatred speeches. Different political people, they make the hate speeches. Different like film celebrities, they make the hate speeches. Some popular people, some popular personalities. So your speech, whatever you utter the word, that must be built around this truthfulness and what is called yes, mutual friendship. And your action, that should not hurt or harm any other fellow beings. Then see, right to livelihood, pure means of income. The means of your income, whatever your earnings, that must be through the pure means. Okay. Then see, right mindfulness, control the bad thoughts, right concentration. Okay. Remove the evils from your life and focus on your goals. So you just look into this middle path Ashtangika Marga. This is purely giving a solution to leading a very righteous life in the 21st century. This is actually a social movement. UPC already asked in the history optional, why do you think this is a social movement rather than a religious movement? Because you see, this is giving full of the solutions for leading a very righteous social life. Am I right? Or how the social institutions must function, or how being a social animal, you how to behave in the society. We are social animals. Am I right? How to behave in a society, how to be harmonious with the fellow beings in the society, or how to run the social institutions. You see, this is giving a solutions to social issues or leading a harmonious social life. So it's a social movement rather than a religious movement. Code of conducts for monks. You see, Buddhism gives more importance to that Sangha order. Sangha is, monastic order. So these monks and nuns are organized into Sanghas for the promotion of teaching of Buddha's like doctrines, Sangha, that the monastic order is created and all are invited to join that Sangha. Monks and the nuns, you are welcome. Now you follow something. What you have to follow? Don't take property of others. Don't take property of others, which is socialism. Now see, don't commit violence. Don't commit. Gandhiji's Satyagraha was also built around this non-violence. Am I right? Yes, this is a solution to modern world. When we have BRICS, we have this ASEAN, or when we have different organizational setup or organizational like harmony. These are some things which we have to follow for maintaining. We have this UN Council. Am I right? United Nations organizations. We have so many such organizations, international bodies, and all these, they uphold something which is called non-violence. Am I right? Yes, after World War One, World War Two, we had organizations, and current idea is like you maintain that what is called harmony, non-violence. If you really wish to, yes, lead, or if you really wish to be successful, yes, that you have to lead a very harmonious life. It's internationally. If you think ഒരു രാജ്യം എന്നുള്ള രീതിയിൽ ചിന്തിക്കുമ്പോഴും ഒരു സൊസൈറ്റി എന്നുള്ള രീതിയിൽ ചിന്തിക്കുമ്പോഴും ഒരു സ്റ്റേറ്റ് എന്നുള്ള രീതിയിൽ ചിന്തിക്കുമ്പോഴും ഒരു ഇൻഡിവിജ്വൽ എന്നുള്ള രീതിയിൽ ചിന്തിക്കുമ്പോഴും എല്ലാവരും മുന്നോട്ട് വെക്കുന്ന ആശയം അതെന്താണ് നോൺ വയലൻസിന്റെയാണ്. Am I right? Now don't use intoxicants. If you are a complete Kudian, what will be the situation? 24 hours Kudian. What will be the situation? You drink like anything. You know? You might have seen some movies also. Suppose a guy who is I mean, there was a movie, Jayasuriya movie recently in Malayalam. What was that name? Vellam. Vellam was a movie. So see, nuisance to society, family, nation, everywhere. Making so much of issues in the society, in the family, wherever he goes, on all those places. So here, don't use intoxicants. That is creating social tensions. Yeah, don't lie, don't lie, don't indulge in corrupt practices. These are some code of conduct given for these monks and nuns in the Buddhist monastic order called എന്താണ് അതിനെ വിശേഷിപ്പിക്കുന്നത്? Sangha. Okay. Now the teachings of Buddha, coming to this, you are a nun, you are a monk, or you are a Buddhist follower. You are supposed to follow certain things, and in fact, these are the basic essential doctrines given to the society at large. Teachings of Buddha. Ultimate aim is nirvana. What is your ultimate aim in the life? That is nirvana. Nirvana is enlightenment of. No, it is extinction of the flame of desire. You enter the flame of desire. Okay, or you conquer the desires and you enjoy the eternal happiness, eternal peace. Okay, so ultimate aim is nirvana. Nirvana is something that is annihilation of the flame of desire. This is annihilation of the flame of desire. It is liberation from the cycle of the death and birth. Now karma concept is that karma is more simple here, but karma is this is depends on actions, good and bad actions. Okay, you do good actions, you will get to good results. You do bad actions, you will get a bad results. So it depends on your actions. It is not so complex like this Jainism. This is more practical coming to Buddhism. If you do good actions, you will get a good results. If you do bad actions, you will get a bad results. Okay, so karma, it has belief in the karma. Now again, see, no ritual ceremonies can end to the desires. No rituals, no ceremonies can end your desires. What can end your desires? Leading a righteous life, a moral life. This is what almost all these toppers of the world say. If you go for this APJ Abdul Kalam, if you go for Einstein, okay, or if you go for like what is called this Abraham Lincoln, okay, if you go for anybody of any branches or any streams, they all say something that is lead a righteous life. The biggest scientists say, the biggest spiritual leaders say, the biggest politicians say, the biggest artists say, everyone say, lead a righteous life, lead a moral life. Am I right? There is always the law of impermanence. There is a law of impermanence. Actually, this is something a central idea of Buddhism. Coming to Buddhism, try to understand. Okay, fine. Okay, fine. So this is something you try to understand. The law of impermanence. This is everything subject to change. Everything subject to change. In Jainism, we say there is a Shayadvada. Shayadvada, what is that? Shayadvada is the theory of maybe. There is no there is no absolute affirmation. There is no absolute negation. All judgments are conditional. All judgments are. All judgments are. All judgments are. All judgments are conditional. All judgments are conditional. All judgments are conditional. Then also in Jainism we say there is Anegandavada. Anegandavada is that realistic pluralism. Reality must be judged from multiple angles, multiple point of views. Again, in Jainism there is another philosophy which is Nyayavada. Nyayavada is something that is understanding the reality by letting go the irrelevant things, by letting go irrelevant things, only taking the relevant things. You understand the reality by taking the relevant ones and by letting go the irrelevant ones. Okay, that is Nyayavada. So there are different philosophies in Jainism. Coming to Buddhism, there is a philosophy, that philosophy is law of impermanence. So they don't believe in this, no belief in soul, immortal soul, no belief in immortal soul. There is no belief in creator God. Even no importance given to God. Okay, and they believe in this change. They believe in change. Okay, and also no belief. There is no belief in creator God, no belief in creator God, no belief in immortal soul, no belief in God, and there is always belief in change. Everything is subject to change. So nothing is permanent here. Nothing is permanent here. Everything subject to change. Everything is transient. Yes, no faith in God and soul. Something very revolutionary about Buddhism: no faith in God and soul, no transmigration of the soul, no immortal soul. Everything, subject to change. Everything subject to change. And what causes God, faith, desire, action, and cycle? Because it is ignorance. People are ignorant. We are ignorant. We are ignorant and we are fearful. That's why we have that God concept, we have desire concept, and that's why the cycle concept, etc. Okay. And what he suggests is the moral ethical conduct for spiritual attainment. Moral ethical conduct is required for what? Spiritual attainment. Okay. Yes. Buddha is something you try to understand that he is more or less kind of a reformer. It's a reformer. It's a reformer. It's giving some practical solutions to the social, cultural issues rather than the religious. May I change? Okay. Now coming to this, how this appealed to common people. Eh? How it appealed to common people. Why is religion so popular among these common people? Eh? Why it is so popular? Because everybody can understand. No, everybody can understand. Now the thing is, like, what the society demanded, what is like the society demanded, that thing given by Buddhism. For example, society, especially the lower varnas, they were fed up with these so-called caste discriminations. They wanted a society which is much liberal in terms of casteism. Am I right? So you see that it attacked the caste system. It attacked the it attacked the caste system. It opposed to the Brahmin supremacy. So you see that some people, especially the lower varnas, got relieved because it is said no to caste. It is said no to Vedas. It is said no to Brahmin priests. It is said no to rituals. It is said no to sacrifices. You see, these were fundamentally some major blockades, major obstacles in the path of progression. You understand what I say? Common people can't move upward in the social ladder. Common people, the poor people, the down people, the lower varnas, they have no solution for any kind of upliftment, social upliftment, cultural upliftment, or economic upliftment. Everything is banned for them. No scope for them. There is no scope for them. They can't be IAS, IPS. Now the religion says you can become an IAS, you can become an IPS, you can become a minister, you can become a teacher. Anybody can become a teacher. Anybody can become a, higher officers. Anything. Now you will feel so happy, no? Suppose you say that if a UPSC say UPSC examinations eligible for only the higher varnas, higher caste. What about the lower varnas, lower caste? When UPSC say that this examination is open for all, what will be the celebration? You got the idea?